Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocketradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
And let's join the Coffee Ann panel right here on ON, AM, and FM. It's Friday morning, July the 18th. Hi there, Joe Callahan with you. That's Dave Richards right over there.
Hi there, Joe Callahan with you.
Hello there. And we expect a few people to be joining us here on the Coffee Ann program. And when they get here, we'll let you know who they are. So
all right.
In the meantime,
Wait a minute.
in the meantime, first segment of Coffee Ann is sponsored by...
At the beginning of every show, they tell you who the guest stars are.
Who the guests are? Well, let's see if they show up. All right. We got Melissa Murray coming in.
Yeah.
Marty Crowley, Meg Rigo, Rich Elaine.
Right.
In that general order.
Sounds like fun.
So, Dave, the first segment sponsor of Coffee Ann is the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. What
and
do you
Joe,
see?
in the email box here, we have, and it hit the email box yesterday, it's what they have down here. Final 2025 legislative wrap-up, or is it? Question mark. And I'm just reading the first part of it. It says, in what we hope is the final 2025 edition of Advocacy in Action, we're sharing a comprehensive list of bills that have been signed into law this year, along with their effective dates. The General Assembly concluded its session at 1:30 a.m. on June 21st. Since then, bills have been transmitted to the governor for review, a process that was completed this past Friday, a week ago. Meanwhile, on the federal level, legislation was passed that impacts several state-run programs. A state-level team is now reviewing implications for this sweeping federal bill, particularly how it affects Rhode Island's revenue. You see, there's a comprehensive review of what's going on as far as laws that might affect you and your business, and it just keeps right on going. Very interesting advocacy and action legislative wrap-up edition from the Northern Rhode Island Chamber. It's just one of the things you get as a member of the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. Become one. Find out how you can and how reasonable the cost could be. Then what you do is you call up the Chamber at 334-1000. Do so right after the show's over at 9 o'clock. Don't bother beforehand because the answering machine's on. Joe?
Melissa Murray has joined us at the Coffee Ann table. Hi,
we
Melissa.
We promised her and we delivered.
There she is.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us this morning.
Still trying to catch up on her sleep after the legislative session.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
So I got this note sent to me yesterday from a concerned citizen here in the city of Woonsocket.
Yeah.
He just wanted to let me know that on Diamond Hill Road, I heard of a guy that comes up to your car.
Wait a minute. Do you know this person?
I do know this person. I sent this. Yes,
okay,
I do.
we just haven't been given permission to release their name on the air. Okay.
On Diamond Hill Road, I heard of a guy. He's going up to cars as they're stopped at one of the stoplights, and lets them know, hey, your headlight lens needs to get the haze out. He says, I'll clean them and more on your car for a crazy price.
There's chemicals for that.
Right there in the parking lot, he says. So maybe he's approaching people in the plazas.
Yeah.
All right. Beware, he does very little and asks a crazy price.
Okay.
He might move around the city or just go elsewhere. So it's just something to be aware of. You see this, and usually you see it in New York City.
Yes.
They come up and they squirt whatever they squirt on your windshield.
And then they just start cleaning your windshield, and you're like, what are you doing? And then they're like, oh, you had to pay me.
They want the
Spit on your windshield and rub it with their sleeves, that sort of thing. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But they don't ask, they just do it.
They just do it. Right.
And then they want to get paid for it.
I did this wonderful thing for you.
We accept gratuities.
Yeah, and that's right. So, all right. So just there's a little public service announcement.
Well, thanks for letting us know about that.
Yes.
We want people to know this came from social media, but it comes from someone that we know wouldn't be pulling our leg. So there you go.
Okay. Now, you probably heard this yesterday. A 10th victim has happened with the Fall River fire. She was. They brought her to the hospital. She survived for a few days.
Ms. Cropper did.
She
fought
60,
like heck, the Dickens for days.
She was in critical condition since Sunday, and then she passed away from her injuries. She's 66 years old. I guess the the better story out of Fall River, and I'm like, when Dave read the story, he said, he's going to take a hit. The South Coast Funeral Home is offering free funeral services.
Right.
For the victims, to the families of the victims. It's like, well, good for him. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good for them.
Because that ain't cheap. They got to pay all the state fees and stuff like that.
and their workers.
Right.
Yeah, so he was just Tom James is the owner of the South Coast Funeral Home. He was inspired by similar acts of kindness following the tragedies, past
Other
tragedies like the Sandy Hook shooting. So will families take advantage of this? Well, possibly.
Yeah,
but
that's
it's,
really,
but it's
really
out
nice.
there and he is offering this because funerals are not cheap.
No, they're
I
not.
know it.
This is like I'm thinking $10,000 per person if all 10
Could
do it.
be.
I'm like, oh boy,
Yeah.
that's a hit for this guy. But great idea that he has come up with.
Yeah.
All right, back in here in Rhode Island.
Well, that and,
Yeah.
and I think the offer is probably more important than doing it.
Well, I think some people will take him up on it though.
Well, no, I'm sure they will.
I'm
I'm
sure
sure
they
they will. But I think that the offer is very, very special.
Yes,
Yeah.
it sure
Um,
is.
And it would, like he said in the story over here, take a little bit of weight off their shoulders for their loss.
Right.
Absolutely.
Wait a minute, hold it, all rise. Marty Crowley's entering the studio.
Hooray!
Here you go.
All right.
And your order was correct of who was coming in what exact
what order.
Melissa, Marty, and I heard that. So,
Yeah.
so you guys are doing well. Good job
Yes.
with your
Maybe we'll
prognostications.
be on the phone in about 7 minutes.
So we asked Marty to come in on very last minute notice because I don't get ideas really quickly, Marty. It's like, I get him. Hey, this is a good idea. So, but we got a hold of him because boy, talk about exciting.
I know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, let me
So
fill
you,
you in.
so it's
no.
like
On
this:
your- on-
you can't keep a staff in
Yeah,
Cumberland.
that's
Is that the
right.
deal? You're the athletic director, and
I don't know if Melissa's heard.
people are quitting on you.
The head coach of the Cumberland High School football team, okay, she asked her, attended his resignation. And when I
Yes.
first read that, I'm like, oh no, what's happened? But he's been hired by the Jacksonville Jaguars of the National Football League. I'm like, holy cow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
Big.
kidding. Really? This is great. Great for Josh. Did you know this was coming? Did he let you know this was a possibility?
Everybody's asked me that question,
Yeah.
and no, we didn't. First of all, Josh is such a good person,
Mm-hmm.
and we're so happy for him that he has the chance to go to the National Football League
Right.
out of Rhode Island.
I
He's
know.
going to the National Football League.
That don't happen often.
No, it doesn't. And one of his former Liam Cohen, the head coach of the Jaguars, is his friend. They went to high school together. They
Played
stayed
football together,
Yeah,
right?
they played football together. They stay in touch constantly. But for Josh, I think it's when the dance calls, you have to go.
Yeah.
Because there may not be another opportunity. But for Josh, he's our football coach, absolutely. But he's more than that. He's involved huge in our school culture. He was a STEM teacher in the building.
Was he?
He'd been a
Okay.
teacher for 12 years. Not only
Outdoor track, too, right?
did indoor track, did outdoor track for a while. It was a big part of our community. And
But he's got to give up the classroom too.
yep, he's gonna take a 1 year. Yeah, he's done. So he's heading south, and
He's got to. A job like that,
Yeah.
you immerse in it.
Yeah. You have to take the opportunity.
It's not a part-time job when you join a crew like that.
But no word yet on what his job will actually be.
no, they're still working out the logistics of that.
Okay,
But
all
no,
right.
it came out pretty quickly. We met yesterday morning. He came in to tell us with the building administration, and we're happy for him. How can you not be happy?
You
for a guy
cannot
like
not be
that?
happy. Yeah.
a whole. We obviously that sends us into scramble mode with the.
Well, I thought about that, and I'm trying to work the numbers. I go, well, let's say there's 40 teams in Rhode Island. Each team's got a head coach, but probably 4 assistants. All right, so now you're looking at possible 160 candidates who may want to be the head coach. But then, okay, you got to knock off like half because if you're down in Newport, Middletown, all right, maybe you don't want to make the drive. But that's just Rhode Island. You're right on the border. Blackstone, Millville, Bellingham,
Attleboro,
North Attleboro, Foxborough, King Philip,
Mansfield.
Different rules, but they could adapt.
But people
Oh,
that want to
absolutely.
be the head coach. So has anyone contacted you yet? I know it's really early though.
Yeah, no. Once we got Coach Lehman's resignation letter, the position was posted to School Spring,
Okay.
and that's where it sits. I have not checked the queue yet this morning. I'll do that when I get back into the office, and then we'll put together a search committee.
Do you have time to do that? I mean,
Oh yeah, we will.
Yeah, okay.
We'll have time to do it, and we're going to try to move efficiently and prudently, obviously, with the season such a short turnaround away. Like football starts August 14th officially.
Okay, we're a month away. So, do you think off the top of your head, I mean, there's already assistant coaches at Cumberland. Do you think any of them might want to step up? It's all dependent on their circumstances.
Yeah, we haven't had discussions with anybody.
Okay.
In terms of stepping up or any of that. It's a personnel move, and so therefore, and I'm going to give the line: we're not allowed to discuss personnel moves.
No,
That's a pretty good standard line,
but
right,
it's the
Melissa?
truth.
Yeah,
It's the truth,
yeah,
though.
it
It's the
is.
truth.
It's
Yeah,
true,
we
though.
can't. I can't talk about that, but nobody's
Yeah.
reached out to me directly or indirectly
yet.
for that matter, other than media and.
That's even more than you need to say. Nobody's reached out yet because it's all so new.
It is.
It's
It is
just hitting
new.
the airwaves now.
It is new. I'm sure over the weekend and into next week we'll try to wrap our head around this, and then we'll move forward from there. We'll put a committee together, and we'll go from there.
Will you leave it on that website for like a week or 2 weeks? Is there a time limit on that?
Well, once it's filled, you take it down, right?
Well, once you get a certain number of candidates.
We're not looking at a timeline. We're not
Okay.
going to say, it's going to be done by today. We'll
Okay.
wait till we find the most qualified person
That's
for the
silly.
position.
Yeah,
we're not
right.
going to rush into it.
Okay.
Even though I said we want to move efficiently and prudently, we're not going
Right.
to rush into it. We'll take our time. We'll find. We'll be quick, but not in a hurry.
Well, yeah, but it's silly. You don't ever put a clock on this stuff. I mean, circumstances may deem that you need to have it done by a certain time, but when you go into a hiring process, you don't give yourself a clock because now you're removing possibilities from consideration when you do stuff like that.
Correct.
You really can't. And sometimes life has a very funny twist to it, so...
Any
we're
word?
very happy for Coach Lima. Very, very
Yes.
happy. What a prince. I know I didn't have any direct involvement with him other than our broadcasting when we did the Thanksgiving games. I listened to my broadcast team in the headsets while we're broadcasting the game, and they just absolutely adore Coach Lima. And I'm sure that they'll be very surprised by this and be looking, say, oh, my goodness. I mean, how could we ever do better? Sort of thing.
Yeah, he's done a lot for our guys too, both on and off the field. Whether it's having people play collegiately, or last year we had Evan Spencer, the Gatorade Player of the Year in the state.
Yeah.
Pat Conserve just graduated from URI, was one of the team captains down there. AJ Bebo was another one prior to him, was the team captain.
Yeah.
And Andy Woonsocket Dorsales
Dorse,
as well. But he produces, he takes. Young men, and they leave as not younger men, but they leave with some experience
Right.
and life lessons from Coach Lima as well
Right.
before they leave. And that's the
A good
responsibility
firm
of the coach.
foundation on which to build.
Correct.
So he's good at, the kids come out to play football, but he's good at spotting the ones with the talent that are a little more better than some of the others.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
then developing that
and developing them as players, right? And we like
That's the big thing. A lot of
Yes.
people can spot talent.
by making them better.
Yeah, and one of the things too that we, being a public school, that you're always chasing people.
Yeah.
And we like to think that we're one of the top public school athletic programs, soup to nuts, in the state.
Pretty good athletic director, you think?
No, I just steer the ship. But even like
Folks, in case you didn't catch on, Marty, because they might be familiar with your voice and everything else you've done on the radio here. Maybe they didn't get the memo that you're the athletic director at Cumberland.
But it's just like Miss Giardino at Woonsocket. Nancy does a phenomenal job with Woonsocket athletic programs. She's such a good person, and she's student-centered and education-based athletics, and kids come first with her. And just like every other athletic director, it's the same thing for us. It doesn't change anything. But
Great.
Speaking of the students, have any of the football players, have you spoken to any of the current football players who are probably just getting the news?
No. Yeah, as I
Who
said
are
yesterday,
probably shocked.
I'm sorry. Yesterday was a whirlwind. I know
Yeah.
they had their preseason morning stuff. We had meetings with Mr. Lima, and then I believe he spoke to the team.
Okay.
And I was other responsibilities, and no, I haven't heard from. Again, it's so fresh and new that we haven't heard through anybody. And again, we're going to do what's best for our student athletes.
Sure.
And what the best fit is. Sidebar though, thank you for all you do with the Lebanon Music Foundation. Tonight's another Friday
You're one of
night.
the volunteers. You'll be there tonight, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it's just so good to go back and rewatch the broadcast. It's really cool the fact that you guys are there and broadcasting, and once again, it's your involvement in the community, which is should not go unnoticed. So thank you.
Ditto. Back to you.
Well, we're gonna take a break
But
here.
thank you very much, Marty.
Got to take a break here on the Coffee and program. So, Dave, time for a second message from the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce.
334-1000. Give the call right after the Coffee and Show is over today at 9 o'clock. Find out how the Chamber can work for you.
Very good. We're going to talk with Meg Rigo from Lebanon. Coming up right after the break.
ON Radio.
In a world where good food, friendly faces, and unforgettable memories collide, there's one place that stands out from the rest. Gators Pub is proudly celebrating 35 years of excellence in North Smithfield. Join us at Gators Pub, where every visit feels like coming home. Our secret to success? It's simple. Our super friendly staff and mouth-watering dishes prepared fresh daily by our talented chefs. Sink your teeth into our delectable lunch specials from Monday through Thursday and savor complimentary soup to warm your soul. Enjoy the game day excitement with multiple TVs showing the Boston Red Sox while indulging in classic appetizers like our famous potato skins and pita chips. Looking for a lively atmosphere to watch volleyball games? Look no further. Pair it with our juicy burgers or the latest cocktail creations to elevate your experience. Gators Pub, your ultimate destination for good times and great food. Come and celebrate with us at Gators Pub on Route 102, just a mile before Wright's Chicken Farm. Make every moment memorable at Gators Pub, where good friends and great flavors meet. Remember, there are no strangers at Gators Pub, just good friends you haven't met yet.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-230-2777. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-230-2777. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-230-2777. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-230-2777 or biglou.com.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores. It is Coffee and on ON AM and FM. Joe Callahan here with Dave Richards and Melissa Murray.
And the Megster is here.
Our thanks to Marty Crowley, who had to get going, but we thank him for joining us here on the Coffee and program. But Meg Rigo is joining us here on the telephone line. And good morning to you, Meg. How are you?
Good morning. It's sunny. I'm good. You can't go wrong with a sunny Friday.
And less humidity.
You have a sincerely firm, confident, good forecast for tonight's week number 5 concert, Meg.
Oh my goodness, you all might not know, but our friends at ON Radio not only produced and put on an incredible virtual concert series for everyone to live stream from home if you can't make it to the park, but they're also our go-to weather people to ensure that we know what we're doing in the park at night. And I will be very excited for a sunny and dry evening tonight for sure.
This is the first day in 3 days where I didn't get out of my car. My glasses didn't fog up because of the humidity. So I was very happy about that. So there is low humidity, so yay for that. So tonight, Meg, it's the Afro-Andean Funk Band playing Afro, Pop, and Funk. Where's the band from?
Sure. So they currently live in New York City, but this band is a little bit of a love story.
Okay.
It has like 2 lead singers. So this guy, Matt, was in Peru. He was producing a documentary, and he saw this beautiful vocalist, Araceli Palma, from across the way that happened to be performing with this group in Peru that he was highlighting in the documentary series, and I think the rest is history. Now They are married, and they tour the country and the world, and they've created this, like, fusion of Peruvian and American music, and that's what we're going to have on our stage tonight.
Very cool.
Sounds cool.
Nice. And before that, we have the Tribe in tonight, right?
We do. We have Daryl Jameson and the Eastern Medicine Singers will be setting everything up for us. They're also ending their set with a community drum circle. So we are having, like, you can bring your own picnic, you can bring your own chair, but you can also bring your own drum or something to make percussion on this evening. And right around 6:40, we'll have a community drum circle to end off the opening set tonight.
Now, also today, you've got a representative from the Levitt Foundation coming in to check out the whole situation. So does that put you on edge a little, or is it just, it's old hat by now?
I mean, Woonsocket is such an incredible community. We've been doing this for a long time, and I think, honestly, this is just like a great opportunity for our friends at the foundation to see the incredible city that they've invested in for, like, we're in our 7th season, or 8th season if you count the COVID year. So it makes the day a little bit longer. We start meeting with Amber around 10 a.m. this morning, and she'll be with us through the whole concert until 9 o'clock tonight. But it's going to be a great opportunity to show off Woonsocket and what we do here in this great little city.
Oh, that's very cool.
You got a chance to meet Amber virtually, too, because we'll be talking to her before the concert starts, recording that, and playing it during the intermission time tonight.
Does she know that, Meg, that
broadcast.
she's going to be on the radio with Dave?
She is aware.
And she still agreed?
She agreed. She's looking for some questions, which, we'll get to her at the appropriate time, hopefully before the interview.
All right.
Well, we'll put you on that, Dave, okay? Alrighty. And so tell us, because there's always food trucks down there, and it's a rotating kind of thing. So what food trucks do we have tonight?
Sure thing. So tonight we've got a big crew because in addition to the Levitt Foundation visiting, your community drum circle, the love story you're going to see on stage, it's also family night in the park.
Nice.
So we've partnered with the Connecting for Children and Families summer camp. The headlining act is actually doing a workshop with them during the day at Villanova Middle School, and then they come out with their families at nighttime. So we wanted to make sure there's lots of good food for them to purchase once they get to the park with their families. So we have Big Bobby's Q, who's making barbecue, and this is the first time Big Bobby's been in the park.
All right.
So it'll be great to see what he puts out. We've got Nessa's Snack Shack that's coming, but instead of ice cream truck, we're going back to the smoker. Nessa's been a big draw the last several weeks.
Oh, yeah.
And then on the dessert side, we have Ryan Bakes, who does the vegan and alternative snacks, which makes me really happy because sometimes I can't eat all of the dairy and the gluten, and she takes care of me. And then all things tropical, make smoothies and dipped fruit. And so it should be lots of good food in the park.
All right, great. Well, we know Meg's on a tight schedule today because she's got to pick up the Levitt person's flying in, right?
Amber.
The Levitt person has made it here, but yes, I gotta get to her in
Gotta find her.
Woonsocket.
Oh, okay, great. So,
and I have to find. Sorry, my last thing, Joe. We are having vintage Levitt night. So if anyone has a Levitt T-shirt that they've worn over the past or purchased over the past 7 years of the series, we encourage you to toss on some Levitt vintage gear tonight, so we can really show off the history of Levitt that we've had in the city. So I got to go find my old T-shirt.
Good idea.
Very, very cool. Very cool. Well, have a great night tonight, Meg, with the Afro Andean Funk Band. It should be a great time.
Thank you so much. Have a great night. Appreciate
Thanks.
it.
You too. Bye now.
Bye, and the Eastern Medicine Singers
And the Eastern Medicine,
from Rhode
right.
Island. They are members of the tribe right here in Rhode Island.
Rich Lane has joined us at the Coffee and Table. Good morning to you, Rich.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I am doing fantastic.
All
The
right.
rooster is back.
Yes,
Very cool.
yes.
All right. We're going to be talking about what's going on at the Post, just coming up in a little bit. Just wanted to get, I want to get Melissa's take on it because Melissa went out to see one of her heroes last night. Mm-hmm. Heroines, that's right. How was Cyndi Lauper?
She was phenomenal.
It's supposed to be her final hurrah. This is it.
Yeah, no, she was outstanding.
Yeah. Still in great voice.
Still.
That's
oh,
what singers do. They go out and they stand right
the
up.
same. Like just really, really great.
Yeah.
She puts on a great show.
Good crowd last night.
Really good crowd. We had good seats. It was.
I
it
thought
was
for a
great.
minute
I still
you were
have my
gonna say-
jelly
I thought you
bracelets
were
on
gonna
from last night.
I thought you were going to say you found Prince.
Oh, I wish.
Sorry, Rich.
It was
Those days have passed.
But she does. Prince did write one of her songs, and now I'm like blanking on it. But you know what it is,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Anyway, but no, she was phenomenal.
Do all our big hits, of course. I'm
Yep,
sure?
did all
Okay.
of her big hits.
All right. I'm glad you had a good
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, she did the Goonies theme too.
Yeah, well, that's
The
one of her
Goonies
hits.
from the it was actually a big hit. I didn't think she was going to sing that
Did
one.
they
but
show
she
any
did.
videos of
Yep.
the
Yes.
Goonies movie?
Yep. Yep.
Who remembers this kind of
Yeah.
thing? Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
All the Gen Xers were there, and
Yeah.
all of our glory. We were all
Did
so
she
happy.
have a large band performing behind her?
Not huge, no,
No?
just but women led, so it was awesome. Yeah,
yeah?
yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Very good. All right, I heard Dave read this newscast, and I'm like, well, okay. It's about the Rhode Island Department of Connections is teaming up with a technology company because they want to prevent synthetic drugs from getting into the
Yeah.
prisons. Rich.
Yeah.
That's what people are doing is they're spraying paper
With the chemical.
with the chemical, which makes it a synthetic drug, and then they mail it in to whoever the prisoner is, and then the prisoner gets it, and they cut it up into strips, and they either smoke it or they sell it.
Yeah.
What? That's
Yeah.
wild.
Well, it's been there was a lawyer that got
yeah.
caught doing this at the Wyatt Detention Center.
Right.
And anyway, so they're trying to get out of this, and so what they're doing is when the mail now comes in, they're going to send it down to this company
You don't
that's
get
in
your mail anymore.
that's in Tampa, and they're going to, I guess, scan it, turn it into a PDF, and then the prisoners
It's an electronic file.
right will have to go online to read their mail. I'm like, okay, not a bad idea.
But you
I'm
don't
like,
get a chance to hold the paper that your loved one wrote on.
but Rich, is it still the course at prisons where the mail comes in and someone else reads it first?
No,
before
they
that
check
stops?
it. I mean,
Okay.
you know, it's the people that check the incoming mail, the mail
But it is
officers.
checked, right?
Oh yeah, well yeah, but I mean to the point of, you know, they know what to look for. Let's
Okay.
put it
Yeah,
that
yeah.
way. They know what to look
They-
for.
they're
and
not
never
reading
look for anything
everybody's
like
They
that.
don't care
letters,
about the
right.
words that are being communicated.
Right,
They
right.
Just want to
care
make sure
about
nothing else in there.
security.
Yeah.
Then why instead of doing this, which sounds expensive by the way,
Sounds expensive.
why
Yeah.
don't we just take the mail in? He says as a mail officer and make copies
I was
of it
wondering
and
the
pass out
exact
the
same
copies
thing.
to the prisoners, and either destroy the original or put it on file for whatever reason.
That's a good idea.
Wouldn't that be a
Yeah, that's a fantastic
less
idea.
expensive
All depends
way
on
of
what
doing it?
liberal state you're talking about, too.
Well, I'm
you know what I'm
talking Rhode
saying?
Island. I'm
Yeah,
talking
well,
Rhode
there you
Island
go.
right
I mean,
now.
that's
I was
got
just
a lot
wondering
to do
why.
with it,
Yeah,
too.
why can't you just photocopy them and
Invasion of privacy, you know.
oh, but you're gonna check the mail anyway.
Inmate rights, you know.
It's the mail, and you're in
I
prison.
know
You
it. I
have no
know.
rights.
So-
Well, yeah, you'd think so, wouldn't you? huh?
Well, yes.
Yeah, you would. You know, you talk about like smuggling stuff in and everything. The
Yeah.
way different ways doing
yeah,
it.
but so they're just going to have to read it on a PDF now.
Yes.
Like, but isn't that the same thing as photocopying it?
I don't know if they can print it out though.
Well, there's no privacy for sure because anyone
No.
else can
Yeah,
read
d-
your mail.
Yeah, you look
Sure.
over your shoulder.
There was a facility in the Boston area years ago that they saw a lot of, and I think I had mentioned this maybe a year and a half ago on the station that the facility they were finding a lot of dead pigeons. So they have an inmate go
In the
around
mail?
the in the
Oh,
yard.
in the yard. Oh,
in
okay.
the yard, and they'd have an inmate go out there in the morning and gather up the dead pigeons. Well, come to find out, what was happening is that somebody was taking dead pigeons, cutting them open, putting drugs inside the pigeon,
Wow, sewing them back up?
tossing them over the facility, back over the facility's fence. But that's
That's what's
it's ingenious.
Yes, it is.
Some of the ways.
So
You'd be
it-
shocked.
So it's all non-legal mail that's going down to this company in Tampa. So if your lawyer is sending you something, it doesn't go away. You get that right away.
Yeah.
I guess, or anything from the courts. Or
But it
something
was an
like that.
attorney that.
It was an attorney that did
Did
it in Central Falls.
Yeah.
So.
Joe?
Okay.
But it's the first thing I thought of when
That
I
is
heard Dave
wild.
tell the story. Why don't you just photocopy it?
Yeah, just get a photocopier.
And we'll
It's a
pass
lot
it,
less
we'll pass it
expensive.
along them. Okay, the money's going to go up. We're going to have to buy more reams of paper but it's got to be less. So it's sending it down to Tampa
100%.
and have them do what they got to do, and then go online and try to figure it out. And now the
nuts.
computer, now the inmates are going online to read the PDF. Well, what else are they doing online? Since I got a little time here,
Yeah.
you know, it's just
Oh, well.
too much. I'm just thinking too much could go wrong here.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. So,
Yeah.
all right, we're gonna take a break here. Any thoughts, Dave? You're being awful quiet over
I have
there.
a lot of thoughts, but they're not on topic.
They're not on that topic.
Not on that topic.
Okay, that's fine. We're gonna take a break right now.
Change the
And-
topic. I might say something.
Okay, I thought you might have something on this, but that's okay.
I think it's time for a break, Joe.
It
It
is
is a topic.
time for the forecast, which is being brought to you by Compassion International.
Mostly sunny skies today with a high of 82 degrees and a breeze from the northwest gusting as high as 23 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear skies, overnight low of 57, calm wind. Saturday's weather, mostly sunny with a high of 83, calm wind becoming south in the afternoon. Saturday night, a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms passing through. Sunday, a chance of showers and thunderstorms after 11 a.m., mostly cloudy all day with a high of 84. Rain tapering off Sunday night. Monday, sunshine and 78. Tuesday, sunshine and 78. Wednesday, sunshine and 82. And next Thursday, mostly sunny skies with a high of 86 degrees.
Outside the Navigate Credit Union broadcast studio on the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street, under the mostly sunny skies, temperature reading of 73 degrees and a lot less humid. Thousands of kids in poverty have waited over a year for a sponsor. End their wait today. Become a Compassion sponsor. Text radio to 83393.
Integrity, trust, service. 3 words that sum up what you can expect from the Carew Investment Group at 2190 Mendon Road in Cumberland, Rhode Island. Established in 1987, we've been helping local investors to build wealth and guide them through their golden years of retirement using quality stocks of companies that you know, many of which pay quarterly dividends. We also use investment-grade bonds and low-cost exchange-traded funds. To find out more about our services and for a quality conservative approach to investing, call us at 765-8880. Integrity, Trust, Service. The Carew Investment Group. Securities offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
Attention Rhode Island landlords. Did you know that Rhode Island has a new registry for rental properties and units? Register today at rentalregistry.ri.gov. It's the law. If your property was built before 1978, you'll need to submit a lead certificate from a licensed lead inspector. Getting a lead certificate may take some time, so start today. Learn more at rentalregistry.ri.gov. Help keep Rhode Island families safe. rentalregistry.ri.gov. Sponsored by the Rhode Island Department of Health and the Rhode Island Broadcasters Association.
This portion of the Coffee and program is sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspaper.
Since its founding, the Valley Breeze has been the trusted source for local news in the Blackstone Valley. Our readers and advertisers understand that shining a light on all aspects of our communities and doing it with some of the best local journalism makes these cities and towns better places. We believe that truth should triumph over rumors and misinformation. See valleybreeze.com or any of our 5 editions for more on how you can be part of this local news success story. The Valley Breeze, making our communities stronger by telling their stories.
It is Coffee and on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Dave Richards, Melissa Murray, Rich Lane, and Rich. It's time for your comprehensive report on what's going on at Post 85.
I'm a comprehensive report.
Yes.
I can say it. I can't spell it though.
All inclusive. All right,
All
go.
inclusive. There we go. Yeah. Tomorrow night we got Tucker's Creek coming in, a country band. They're going to go from 7 to 11 over at Post 85. And, of course, as always, never a cover charge. Weather is supposed to be absolutely gorgeous tomorrow night. And we're going to have the outside bar open. So you can have yourself a nice beverage. And if you like country music, Tucker's Creek is, well, they're country, but I shouldn't say strictly country. Southern rock, you know. Mm-hmm. You know, they'll do some Marshall Tucker, I'm sure, and Charlie Daniels and all that happy stuff. So come on out if you got nothing to do tomorrow night. And sit back and relax, enjoy good country music from 7 to 11 p.m. Then the following Saturday, July 26th, the Summer Sizzler, New World Wrestling Extreme, is going to be back at Post 85.
Ding.
Ding,
ding,
yes,
ding, ding,
yes. And
There's the bell.
if you are, from what I'm understanding, the front row seats are going pretty fast, because I
Yeah.
guess what the promoter has done is that he's made like front row a certain price and second and third row, whatever. But you know,
Still
I guess-
reasonable.
Yep, still reasonable. And if you want tickets or you're interested in the event itself, you can go to www.nwwextreme.com, and you can get your tickets there. And I know the doors are going to be opening the gates at 6:30, and the bell is going to be at 7:30. And there's a former WWE superstar, and I understand he is going to be in the ring. I talked to
He
the
is.
promoter the other day. Yes.
He's got a match.
Yes. Now, do we know him as Real One, or do we know him as Enzo Amore?
Both.
I don't.
Well, the name he's using now is Real One.
Real One.
He's former WWE superstar Enzo Amore.
What happens?
They
is
must own the
sometimes-
name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happens is his former employer might own the name, so he can't use it as he continues, but it's the same guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he comes up with another name. Joe, do we have that recording?
We do.
5113?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
All right. Keep talking, Rich, while I look this up.
Oh, okay. But the funny part about it is that the reason why I asked about the name is I was talking to the promoter the other day, James, and I said, this guy is rather like large. What do I call him so I don't anger him?
Mister.
Mr. Sir. Do I call him Enzo? Do I call him Real What? But anyhow, Sir. Yeah. But that's on Saturday, July 26th. And like I said, the gates open at 6:30 and the bell's at 7:30. We're going to have some food there. I haven't talked to the commander yet, but the post will have some food available for purchase. And, of course, the outside bar will be open, and the ring will be set up, and we'll be having a grand old time. So...
Yeah.
Okay, you.
Oh, it works?
You can have that.
Okay, so this is all about the down at Post 85, I guess, right on July the 26th.
Yeah, take a listen to this.
New World Wrestling Extreme presents Summer Sizzler 25. This Saturday, July 26th at the American Legion Post 85, 870 River Street, Woonsocket. In the main event, former WWE superstar Enzo Amore, now known as Real One, versus Steven Lust. The NWW Extreme Championship match, Sunset Steve Garcia versus Gus De La Vega. The NWW Extreme Women's Championship match, DJ Simone versus Big Juicy. Plus other matches. Tickets start at $15 and can be purchased online at nwwextreme.com or at the door. Summer Sizzler 25, live pro wrestling. This Saturday, July 26th, Post 85 on River Street in Woonsocket. Come meet and greet Real One, formerly WWE superstar Enzo Amore from 3:30 to 6:30. Bell time at 7:30.
Well, not this Saturday. It's
Yeah.
it's a week from
Yeah,
now. Those
right.
ads are going to run all next week.
That ad was created to run next week.
Yeah, but
So you'll have that
That's great.
support. The promoter, by the way, arranged for these ads.
Yes.
yes.
You should know about that.
Yeah, James is good. In fact, I asked him with the Real One Wrestling. I said, so he's in the ring, and he goes, yeah. I said,
Yeah.
Got a match.
I said, James, who's going to win? I almost got myself body slammed for that question.
What do you mean who's going to win?
What do you mean, who's going to
They'll
win?
fight it out in the ring. That's how you figure it out.
That's right. So anyhow, like I said, that's on the 26th, and then we're gonna the following week on the first Saturday in August, we got another band coming in underneath the pavilion. Saturday, the August the 2nd, band called Pieces of Eight, and like I looked a little bit, I looked up their website this morning, and I guess it's kind of like horns and some like Chicago type music, I guess you'd say, right?
Okay.
Band Chicago, that kind of
Alright.
stuff.
Alright.
So it should be pretty good. So like I say, that's on August 2nd, Pieces of Eight, and all our bands. Usually our band season from 7 to 11 p.m. underneath the pavilion. Like I said, we always have some food available for purchase, and we have the outside bar open. So. And you can always go on WOON's events page.
Mm-hmm.
Melissa's done a good job of putting everything we do at the post right up there. So, if you forget what I'm saying, just go to the website on WOON and take a look at the events, right?
Yep.
All
Click on
right.
the events tab.
Yeah, one thing I always like to do is I like to mention the banner program. which is in full swing. And if you don't know what that's all about, when we were down at World War II Park on Memorial Day, we we presented some banners, which are like maybe about 5 or 6 feet tall, a couple of feet wide.
2 by 6 maybe, right?
Yeah.
Really beautifully designed by Joe Gennaro, and honoring a veteran, having to, that has a connection to Woonsocket.
Right, so there's the picture, and like if you've been through other towns, you've seen them like hanging, up on the telephone poles and stuff, with the veteran's name and the picture and everything. What we wanted to do, and Melissa especially, for the last how many years? Umpteen years, let's
7
say.
or 8 years-ish.
We've been wanting to
yeah.
get this program really off the ground. It's finally going. So we want to make downtown Woonsocket look fantastic with these veteran banners. And we're hoping to get a good amount of them up by Veterans Day. Mm-hmm. So we got the mayor on our side on this one. We're going to sit down and have a meeting with Chris Beauchamp, who's 100% behind it.
Super supportive.
Yep.
The administration has been really, really great, and letting us kind of drive, what they're going to look like, and what we were going to do, and they're just been really good partners. But I wanted to bring something up because people are asking me too. The person doesn't have to be deceased. It can be any veteran from
Right.
any branch.
Yeah, and I guess the example I'd put out there is say, okay, let's say you're a resident of Woonsocket right now, okay? And you're sitting down at home and you're listening to me on the radio now, and you go, Jimmy Johnson, 4 doors down from me, is in the military right now, and he's in the Navy or the Army or whatever. And my next door neighbor over here knows him, and my next door neighbor over there knows him. And why don't I get together with my neighbors, and why don't we put his face on one of these banners and honor him because he's in the military right now?
Yeah, and
you can do that.
You can.
And you know what? The banners they're only $175. So if you split it between 3 or 4 of your neighbors, you can honor one of your neighbor's kids that's in the military, and boom, you got it. If you got a deceased member of your family that was in the military, you can honor them too.
Yeah.
But my thing is that
It doesn't have to be a memorial. It can be,
Right.
it can be to honor somebody. And it's good to know, maybe you didn't realize, like, oh, that person in our community is a veteran,
Yeah.
and it's good for people to know.
And also, if you're out there and you got a few extra dollars in your pocket and you don't have anybody, but you say, gee, I'd like to honor a veteran, you can get in touch with us and you can say, I'm going to donate $175 to your program and pick a veteran. And we can do that too. So there's also different ways of you to be able to honor a veteran with this banner program. If you want to take a look at what the banners look like, you can go to this website, www.uvcwoon.org. Isn't that funny how WOON is the... Ooh, isn't that... Dave, see that? Huh?
I like that.
And don't you like that? A little advertising on the side on top of our website. And what that's going to do, it's going to bring you to United Veterans Council website. And then if you scroll around there, you're going to see something that says banner program. Just click on that. Right. It gives you a phone number. If some of us like me are a little bit older. We're not that computer savvy. There's a telephone number on there that you can call somebody to give you a hand with it.
Yeah.
Also, you can call the post. You can call 401-766-7585. Say, hey, we heard Rich on the radio. We want to do this banner program, but we can't get through the computer part of it. I'll call you and I'll
Maybe you
help
don't have internet access, or maybe
That's
you're just
right.
not comfortable. So you can do that. Yeah, you can always call too.
Yeah, or you can call Melissa. Melissa will call me. And
then you'll call in. We can just...
You can call a radio
We can
station.
play
Joe will
telephone.
Joe will say, call Rich. Rich will call Melissa. Yeah. But we'll find a way to get you a banner. So like I said, a great thing about that $175, you say, gee, that sounds a little expensive. But here's what's going to happen. With that $175, $75 of it is going to go towards a Veterans Assistant Program. And what we're going to do is at times we'll get telephone calls for a veteran that's in crisis, like on a Friday night or a Saturday, and they're literally without a place to sleep. Literally, like they got thrown, all sorts of different
happens.
scenarios
Yeah,
can come
yeah.
up.
Anything can happen in a moment.
So they'll call the post, or they'll call one of the veterans organizations and say, X, Y, and Z has happened to me. And then we have to have funds to put them up in a hotel, maybe for 1 or 2 nights until they can go down to the VA and get a sponsor that can help them down there. But unfortunately, that's not staffed during the weekends.
Yeah,
So
right.
that's where we step in. We get this veteran off the street, get him a place to sleep for a couple of nights. Well, we need the funds to do that. So that's what $75 of that $175 is going to go to the Banner program. Also, it's a 501c3. So that's also tax deductible. So
Right,
we got all this cool stuff going on. So, whether you want to see a band or you want to come and purchase a banner, just get in touch with us. We'll be happy to help you out.
That's everything?
That's everything.
That's very
Look
inclusive.
at that. I know you got to take a...
Very-
See, I'm looking at the clock, and I'm getting good at this.
Very comprehensive, Rich. Nicely done. All right, this segment of Coffee In is sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspaper, which happened to be in Dave Richards' hands.
I could comprehend everything he said.
That's right. Very good.
Really, my diction's getting much better, I
There
think.
you go. Yeah. Either that or you taught the rooster to talk. All right. Hi, everybody. Let's talk about the Valley Breeze newspapers. I have in my hand the Cumberland and Lincoln edition for this week. And let's just take a look at some of the highlights we have here. There are 2 options presented in Cumberland for the replacement of the Rawson Pond Dam. And as you know, they need the dam replaced there because things ain't so good over there. And Mayor Jeffrey Mutter says that he and his team will recommend a more affordable of the 2 conceptual design alternatives for the new permanent Rawson Pond Dam. Read about it in the Breeze this week. Opening round of money for Cumberland sidewalks will be used for repairs to the ones they have already. That sounds logical. And Sophia Barr has a story on the front page of the Breeze Cumberland Lincoln edition about elementary cafeterias being ready for the start of school. The gyms may not be on the first day in Lincoln, but they will follow quickly. Turning to the North Smithfield, Woonsocket, and Blackstone edition of the Valley Breeze newspapers this week, Sales Hill Rod and Gun Club hosting its first private event since the April fire. Corey Plant has the story there. Cannabis regulators reopened the Northern Rhode Island license application. We heard about this
Yesterday,
with the mayor.
with the mayor.
Coming in yesterday. And, of course, that's in our news here in Woonsocket. But you can get all the story behind the story with Corey Plant in the Breeze this week. And downtown Pascoag, my old haunts there where we grew up. They have something that a lot of communities have now, but they have just started bringing it up. They used to. The only thing that used to go on in Pascoag was the Arts Festival, which they had down at the Pascoag 500. I don't know if people understand. There's like 3 one-way streets in Pascoag, and it forms like a circulator, and part of it's Main Street, part of it's the Bridgeway, part of it's Sales Avenue, down to Main Street again at Fountain Square. And they call it the Pascoag 500.
That's
the only
hilarious.
entertainment you ever had in Pascoag growing up was driving your car around the Pascoag 500. That's what they called it. Go like heck, turn left. Go like heck, turn left. And you'd
Eventually
end
you'll
up
get back to the place that you started.
That's exactly it, right? And so anyway, that's the old neighborhood for me. So it's really nice. They have put in a nice little park there in front of where the Logie Insurance Agency was, and and actually it replaces the jewelry store that used to be there and everything else. They've really made it nice. They bring in food trucks. They got a little brewery over there. They are doing everything they can to make Pascoag nice, and I congratulate them. Now they have a concert series coming along. They already had one of the concerts last week. You'll not be surprised to know it's the live music band because they are Pascoag's band. Actually, some of them live in Harrisville, some of them live in Bridgeton, but they're Boroville's band, the live music band. And Jimmy Langlois, who is the bass player for the live music band, is chairman of the Boroville Redevelopment Agency. So it all falls together. And Corey Plant has the story in the Breeze, plus great ads from great local businesses. The Valley Breeze, free where you shop every Thursday.
Thanks, Dave. More of Coffee In is coming up, so please stick around.
The best variety of music WOON 1240.
What's on your summer wish list? More beach days? Endless pool parties? No matter how you're soaking up the sun, Macy's Summer Favorite Sale has top designer looks for less. Swimming cover-ups from Anne Cole, LeBlanca, and more, 40% off. For the guys, new trunks from Calvin Klein, Tommy Hilfiger, and lots of others, 50% off. Plus, get half off kids' swim shorts and tees, too. Get ready for summer fun. Hurry into our Summer Favorite Sale, happening now at Macy's. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
That's the sound of James adding long-lasting Gain scent boosters to his laundry this morning. Several hours later, James sniffs the irresistible scent of Gain on his shirt. Gain. Several hours later, James has even caught the attention of his mother-in-law, and she never gives him attention.
Ooh, you smell amazing, James.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I love you too.
I never said that.
Add Gain scent boosters to your laundry. Add joy to your day.
ON Radio. It's Coffee In here on ON. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan, along with Dave Richards, Melissa Murray, Rich Lane is here as well. We have a note that was called in, 766-1240. They just wanted to say, rest in peace to one of the greatest and loveliest voices in the pop music world. It's Connie Francis, who passed away yesterday at the age of 87 years old. All right. I don't know if you've seen the video. I have. It's extremely funny.
I was hoping you'd get to this story.
This is what happened at the Coldplay concert.
Yeah.
Right up the road. Happened in Foxborough, right at Gillette Stadium. This was the other night. And part of the show was, I guess they have a camera person that likes to go around shooting the crowd while they're playing whatever song they're playing. Okay. And it's their version of the Kiss Cam. Mm-hmm. Looking for couples so they can kiss and everybody can cheer. Yay! Well, oh my gosh. They came upon this couple, and he was behind her with his arms wrapped around her.
Yep.
And then when they noticed that the cameras were on him, she put her hands up to her face, turned away. He dropped out of sight. The other people around them are laughing like crazy. Turns out they're not married to each other. They are married but not to each other.
Yeah,
I'm like,
to other people.
Oh, so it was the CEO of tech company Astronomer. His name is Andy Byron, who was caught snuggling with his chief people officer, Kristen Cabot, who is not his wife. A clip of the embrace went viral, and after receiving more than 20 million views. You can probably still watch it. It is extremely funny to watch. I didn't know about this, though. Byron's wife has removed her husband's last name from her Facebook profile and then deleted her account. So she's not laughing at this at all. I'm like, wow. Because I first saw it yesterday. I saw a still picture of this happening at a Coldplay concert. Well, I'm not a Coldplay fan. I'm like, oh, I don't know what the big deal is. And then my daughter sent me, have you seen this? This happened in Foxborough. Oh, I didn't know it happened in Foxborough. Okay, then I had to go take a look at it. Did you see it, Rich?
I did. And the woman that he was snuggling with, let's say, the HR lady.
Yeah, from his company.
I was watching a news show this morning that said that they didn't think she was married, but she knew he was.
Okay, yeah.
That the woman that I would love to talk to is, if you're watching the video, the woman that was standing to her right, but as you're watching the video, it's to your left.
Yeah.
She
is laughing like
crazy. It's almost like she's saying,
like she's in
well, you two are so screwed.
You're so screwed. That's right. You guys got caught. It's like, wow. And even I don't know. Do you know who the lead singer is for Coldplay, Melissa?
Oh, I can't remember his name.
Anyway,
Chris something.
Well, he can see what's going on with the cam. He actually said at the show, are you two having an affair?
Yes, he did. You know, and
wow.
Do you think they were set up? I mean, that almost
looks
too perfect. The whole thing, it almost looks too
too perfect. I'm not sure. Obviously, you see yourself on the big jumbotron, but the way they reacted afterwards, trying to get out of the way, and I don't think it was set up.
You don't think the camera guy knew, or the people on stage had a vendetta? I don't know. I always look for the worst part of it.
We're just looking around to see if we can find the couples that are together, and these two look okay. Wow!
Oh, look at this cute couple.
Who would have thought?
The question is that going to stop those camera shots from being used in public places?
I hope not.
No,
because I'll tell you. Well, I mean, All right, here's another grandpa story. Remember, we always used to broadcast, and it was a big thing when I first got to the station, back in the '60s and '70s and '80s. Even into the '90s, it was the mission of whoever was on duty to find out from Landmark Hospital or Woonsocket Hospital before that the name of the first baby born in Woonsocket in every year. And during the 90s, it just fell apart because some of the families didn't want the kid's name mentioned or the parents mentioned. It might have been an out-of-wedlock marriage or something like that.
Oh.
And now you had to get legal authority to say that the kid had been born, and papers had to be signed. It could never be done in a quick manner.
Yeah, okay, I understand it, Dave.
So now...
But it's us here at the radio station. That video is only being shown at the show until this craziness
I
happens.
don't think so.
Well, not now, because someone took a video on their phone and say, "Oh, look at what this has happened. I'm going to post it to my own TikTok," and then it just kind of branches out from there.
Uh-huh.
So will it stop? No. It happens at sporting events.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This Kiss Cam. I didn't know they started doing it at concerts, but okay. Now they do it at some concerts, not all.
Isn't there some type of disclaimer, and I've seen it on tickets before, so I don't think I'm speaking
That
out
you
of
might-
turn,
you
that
might
says you
appear
might
on
be
camera.
recorded.
Probably.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah,
I
I
suppose.
think there is.
Yeah.
I think there is.
There was a station in Boston, they're not there anymore, that got in trouble one time. They used to have a big rock show at Foxborough,
Yeah.
and their camera people were going up to the women, trying to get them to expose themselves. They got in trouble for that.
Of course, they should.
Duh.
But the women did it, Melissa. You know.
I'm sure some of them did.
I'm sure most of them were drunk, but a lot of them. It happened after the fact, so that they don't do that part anymore. So
Yeah.
All
In
right.
that situation, are you...
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
So
Are
anyway.
you allowed to slap someone across the face?
So, honey, if you're
Asking
honey,
that.
if you're out there listening this morning, I promise you that if I'm holding anybody and squeezing anybody and giving them a kiss, it's going to be you if we're on a kiss cam. So don't worry about
they
that.
didn't even kiss. They were
I
just,
know
they
they
were
didn't
just
have they didn't have
hugging.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Busted.
Well, that might be a redeeming factor when they try to
Go to
own up to
divorce
their
court?
respective spouses.
We
didn't kiss? You kidding me?
I've seen. I don't know if it's true. I've seen that the man has put out a public apology.
He did,
Yeah,
yes.
he did.
Okay,
He
but
did.
then I heard, well, this might be fake, or I don't know. I said, well,
No. He
No,
said he
that's-
was embarrassed that
Yeah.
Yes.
it
Okay.
came down. He owes more to his family and
And
his
blah, blah,
company,
blah,
blah, blah,
yeah.
blah, blah.
Yeah.
But he didn't say he didn't love the woman. So
Okay. All right. Well, this is a bizarre story. A man is in critical condition out in Westbury, New York, which is on Long Island. He's in critical condition after he got pulled into an MRI machine.
Oh, yeah.
Police say the man went to the MRI room in Nassau.
He wasn't supposed to be there.
At NASA Open MRI. That's right. Wednesday afternoon without permission. He wasn't there to have a test. He did it on his own. So he gets into the machine, and he had a large metal chain around his neck, and that got him sucked into the machine. And so he suffered a medical episode, taken to the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
He survived, but I'm like, no one willingly goes to get an MRI.
And you don't... It's not with any metal on. Like, you have to take out...
They're very
like, off
specific
everything. Take your
about that.
glasses off, any jewelry that you have. Like,
Yeah.
you can't
Right.
go in there with a big old chain on and
And
expect
It's a magnet,
It's a big
boy.
magnet.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
it is.
What do you suppose the M in MRI stands for?
Magnetic.
Magnetic resonance imaging.
Maybe he didn't know that part.
So I've got metal in my left shoulder, so I'm probably going to get sucked into an MRI at some point, right?
All right. Well, Melissa, it's winding down in Florida. It's the Great Florida Python Challenge.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It's winding down this weekend. It kicked off on July the 11th and runs through this Sunday, the 20th, in the Everglades. It's held each year to help the battle the growing number of invasive Burmese pythons.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, they got 200 snakes removed from the Everglades. Basically, didn't make too much of a dent.
I am not
Drop in the
going.
bucket.
I
It
am
is.
not
Yeah.
going near there. I
Near
am
the
not
Everglades?
I'll tell you what. I'm afraid of a lot of things in life. One of them being my wife. But I'm going to tell you something right now. Snakes are like at the top of the food chain for me to.
Really?
Did you hear about the one
new?
The one in Attleboro? They said, "Oh, we got a viper. There's a copperhead viper."
Oh yeah.
A copperhead
You know,
that was
there's
around
been
town.
questions about
And then they
this
said,
too,
"No,
No,
that's
they
not
were
the-
mistaken.
That's not.
That was not what it was.
That's not the type of the snake it was." So, but I'm thinking.
I was like,
if you
don't
run
even
into
live around
if
here.
you run into a large snake when you're outside, stay away.
Yeah, I don't need to know what kind it is.
I don't need to know what
Don't
time it
fail
is.
me now.
That's
I am
right.
on my way. I'm
in the-
out of there.
I'm running in the other
So
direction.
did they say how many? 200 snakes this year, or they don't
That was
know
last
yet,
year.
right? Oh yeah, okay.
Everyone still has
It's
till
like,
this
oh,
weekend.
Yeah, who can get the most? Who can get
it's
the
most,
largest?
biggest,
yeah.
maybe smallest.
Have
I don't
fun.
know. If they do it, maybe they do it by age group. Maybe kids can get their own. I don't know. Anyway,
I
and then-
came across a rattler one time when I was out fishing as a young boy.
Was a rattle at you?
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
tells
well,
you.
That's how I knew it was there.
they give
right
you
here.
a warning.
Very small. It
Was
a
that
small-
anywhere around here?
It's Pasco.
I'll stay out of Pasco.
Pasco, near you, near between the reservoir and Union Pond. I was riding my, not riding, I was walking my bike on a path, moving to a different fishing location, and it made its noise, but it's on the other side of the bike from me.
But there's
I was
rattlers
very
up
pleased
here?
about that. Yeah, small rattlers. Yeah,
Yeah?
they're
Ooh.
not. There's not a whole lot of them because it's not conducive. But on a hot, dry summer, I don't think they weren't. They're not indigenous to here, but they can be dropped off. And
All right, we gotta wrap up the show.
I'm scared.
Our thanks to Meg Rigo and Marty Crowley, who joined us earlier in the show
Thanks,
today.
Marty. Thanks, Meg.
Yes, and Rich Elaine, thanks for coming in.
Always a pleasure sitting around the table with you all.
Melissa, thanks for being here.
Thank you. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Thanks for being here, Dave.
that was part of the 3 M's, by the way. You had Meg, and we
Marty.
have Melissa and
Marty.
the 3 M's today. Hey, listen, tonight, Eastern Medicine Singers, bring your own drum night. Bring the kids along and give them a drum so they can bang on something. If you don't have a drum, then grab, I don't know, an old ice cream container, or a box or something like that, and a spoon, and let them come in and entertain everybody from the stage and live it tonight. And of course, in the Afro Andean funk later on afterwards.
All right.
And of course, we're on the air with it if you can't be there in person, but try to be there, won't you?
All right, stay tuned for Gary Smith and the crew. Do remember it's coming up after the 9 o'clock news on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner, President.